So I took the battery yesterday to Les Schwab to see if they would check it for me. They checked it, but they said that warranties don't transfer from one owner to another. So they could not help me out with the battery. They just tested it for me and told me it was bad. Today I'm going to Tristan's. We're not gonna be at the shop, we're just going to his house. I'm going to be doing headlights. Beto hit me up, he asked me to do his headlights, so I'm gonna do his headlights, but Tristan wants to do his hood liner, his top liner. I went and picked up some paint for him. Right now I'm just going to charge the E46. I'm going to use the E46 because I'm going to use the E46 as an oven to bake the clear coat on the headlights. I could use the Subaru, but I don't want to get clear coat on the seats, and the E46 is gutted out. I don't really care about the interior of the E46, so I'm just going to use the E46. I hope the wind isn't too bad, but I'm going to use the E46 as an oven to bake the headlights. Alright, I think I've got everything. Here is what I'm using for the headlights. It's just clear coat. It's supposed to bond to plastic. There's one that's specific for plastic, but this should work. This is not the one that I've used before, but it says for plastic, so it should work. I have 2,600 grit sandpaper, and I have my Scotch-Brite and a microfiber cloth to try to dry it off. I'll show you guys what the condition of these headlights are. They're not too bad. I think polishing would just fix it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and redo them completely. So later, if they ever do need to get redone again, it's just a quick polish and you don't have to worry about thinning out the actual plastic because it has enough clear coat and a good thick layer of clear coat to just redo them. I'll pick up the camera once I get back to Tristan's. Tristan's working on his headliner. Yeah. I thought I got black paint. Turns out it's like a gray, but I don't think there was a color coat on here. And this was the darkest color that I found, so we're gonna send it. Yeah, we're just gonna go with this. I think with the heavier coat, it might just look black. And I only got one can because it says it does 12 to 14 feet squared. Yeah, so I got one can, hoping that this should be enough. All right, so here's gonna be my steps. I'm going to do the Scotch-Brite just to clean them off. Scotch-Brite them really well. Then I'm going to clean them with dish soap, clean them really well. And then I'm going to start wet sanding. Wet sanding with the 600 grit to get all of the imperfections out. And then 2000 grit to smoothen it out, and then we'll go through with the clear coat and let them cure for a little bit. I'm gonna do like 2 or 3 layers of clear coat just so it's really thick. For the same reason, if it needs to get redone, it can be redone. And then once I get home, I'll polish them. I don't want to touch them while they're curing, because if they're curing with 3 coats, the polish might not let the clear coat dry as well, or it might just move it and it's going to look kind of bad. All right, so just a quick clean. It's already looking a little better. This one might be a bit hard to do. This is really foggy, so I'm gonna clean that one really quickly. I just cleaned this one so far. I'm gonna clean that one and Scotch-Brite it just to get all of the dirt off and all of the yellow as much as possible, and then we'll start sanding. But yeah, this one just the good cleaning, already looking a lot better than what it did before. All right, so just from the Scotch-Brite, that one looks good when I pour water on it. This one, on the other hand, is not looking very good. So I hope that once we start wet sanding it, all that cloudiness starts coming off with the wet sand. It should be fine. I just don't know why it's so cloudy. This one's not too bad. When you put water on headlights that are kind of cloudy, you know that it'll be fine if you clear coat them because the cloudy will go away. This one, the cloudy is not going away even when I put water on it. So we're gonna do a lot more work on this one, I'm pretty sure, but we just use soap and the Scotch-Brite to clean it all off. Now next thing to do is grab the 600 grit, go through on both headlights, wet sand them with 600. It's gonna scuff them up, they're gonna look like shit, but once we go over with the 2000, should help out a lot. Once we go over with the 2000, we will do the clear coat and then they should be like brand new. Progress on the headliner, that's the color of the spray paint. So it's a little bit darker than what it is inside already. How much left do you have to take off?
The B pillars where the seat belts are at, and then
B pillars.
The sunroof controller right here. So I got to take this, the B pillars. I got to take this piece off, and then from there it's drop and pull out. From what I read, this ring stays in the car, which is gonna suck.
Halfway done?
Halfway done.
To pull it out?
Yeah.
Is that a quarter way?
Yeah. it'll be out in the next 20.
All right, so here is the cloudier headlight. I sanded this one first. Quick tip, when you sand in one direction. I'm going horizontal because I don't want the paint falling down and running down and leaving streaks up and down. I'd rather have them side to side, and like that the clear coat won't run up and down. If you sand side to side, the clear coat will cure in the groove side to side and they won't run as easy. But yeah, this is how it looks. You guys can see that it's drying in some spots. It's gonna look really cloudy, but that means that we're ripping off all of the clear coat and it's really smooth. This is 600 grit, and so when I hit it with the 2000 grit, it's gonna be even smoother, and it's probably gonna clean up like that one almost. The reason for the 600 is to get all the rough scratches out. Now this is really smooth. Once I hit it with the 2000, it's going to smoothen out even more, and then like I said, a couple, maybe 3 layers of clear coat, so then if they ever need to get fixed up again, just a good polish, and just polish the clear coat and not the plastic. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys really quick the difference between the 2000 grit and the 600 grit. Right here is the 2000 and this is the 600. When it dries up, it's obviously still gonna be foggy, but with clear coat, it's basically gonna look wet. As it looks right now, a little wet, the clear coat will still fill it in even more, and it'll be just crystal clear. And that, especially with the clear coat that I got, how it looks when it's wet is more or less what it should look like when it's done. And after that, we're still gonna polish it. Tristan's almost done with his headliner. I'll help him get that down in a bit, and then he said he will start painting. So I ended up with tinting both the headlights. They're still a little wet. Not too bad. This one, what I did notice is that inside, I really doubt the camera will pick it up, but inside is like a film. It's actually dirty inside the actual lens. So what I think I'm gonna actually have to do is open up the actual headlight housing and clean the inside of the lens as well. I'll probably just polish the inside of the lens. There's no need to clear coat the inside of the lens. So once I clear coat the headlights, if it's still kind of foggy, I'm gonna have to pull the lens off and polish the inside of the lens so that they are shiny. But right now they're looking a lot better than what they did when I got them. I'm just gonna give it a quick wash with some soap really quickly just to clean off all of the clear coat that I scrubbed off. They're really smooth now. I'm just gonna give them a quick wash and then we will get to clear coating them. So that is just wet sanded. I wet sanded it with 3000 grit at the end of the day, so they're hella smooth. Next thing is just clear coating them. So we're gonna go take them to the back, clear coat them real quick, and see how well they turn out. Like I said, I know that they're dirty from the inside, so I don't know. I might open them up. We'll see what I do. But for right now, we're just going to clear coat them and see how they go from there. All right, so there's coat 1. It's looking pretty good, not bad. A lot better than what I expected it to be. So, and then Tristan painted all his stuff already. He ran out of paint, so he's gonna have to go grab another can or 2. But yeah, this is where we are. I missed a spot over here, but I'll try to get that. This is the first coat. I'm gonna give it like 5, maybe 10 minutes. Come back, give it a second coat, and then the third coat should be a lot heavier. You can't really see the orange peel right now, but once we do the last coat, this should sit. But once we do the last coat, I'm gonna let it sit overnight. Tomorrow morning, polish them, and we'll see the results by tomorrow morning. But second coat, I'll show you guys the third coat once I slap it on. So I have good news and bad news. Good news is this one dried up pretty good. Like, look at that. It looks pretty good. But this one looks clear, but it's cracking from like everywhere. So I think I'm gonna sand this one down, get all the cracks out, and probably redo this one. Tristan says that maybe it's because the second layer was too thin, and so the clear coat stretched, and so it didn't sit right. So what I'm gonna do is just wet sand with 2000 until I get all the cracks out, and then redo this one. So nothing crazy. We can probably buff this one tomorrow, and this one will be perfect. It's a lot better than what I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna still be a little bit foggy. This is the one that was really foggy. So for this one to be this clear, I'm impressed, and I'm really happy with it. But after a polish, it's gonna be so much nicer. But yeah, this was the one that was really foggy. This one was a really bad one. This one was a good one. Now it turns out it's not that good. And I mean, it's cracked all over the headlight. Up here it's fine, but I mean all over the main part of the headlight. So I'm gonna redo that tomorrow. It's late right now and it's getting cold, so it's not gonna set and it's just gonna crack again. All right guys, so it's the next day. I have to polish one headlight and I gotta fix one headlight today. So this headlight turned out really good. This was a really foggy headlight. All it has is a little bit of orange peel, and that will come off once we start polishing. It's been roughly 12 hours since we set this coat, so it should be good enough to polish. It's supposed to cure in 24 hours. It was a little warm, and so it should be good enough to polish. I can see that inside the lens it is still dirty though, so depending on what the guys want, I might have to open these up and clean them, but they do look a hell of a lot better than when I first got them. This one, on the other hand, has all these cracks. I'm hoping that the cracks are on the top layer. It looks like it got worse overnight. I feel the cracks on the top layer, but I could be wrong. I've never really fixed the cracks. So I'm going to wet sand everything again. I'm going to spray it a couple more times, and hopefully we don't take too long on this. This was the good headlight, so I don't know why this one cured weird. This was the good headlight, so this time I'm going to spray it laying down like this, and so the clear coat sits instead of tries running down. I kind of messed that up. That's why this one has too much orange peel. The coat wanted to start running down because I had to do a heavy coat. What I'm going to do with this one is sand it down, lay it down, and then spray it. So I decided to start polishing. This one should be good to polish. This is the one with just orange peel. This is the one we sanded down. It looks foggy again, but we got all the cracks out. So I'm just gonna go through, dry it really quickly, and start polishing. If this one doesn't turn out good, we could always wet sand it with 2000 grit and then give it a clear coat and then go over it and polish it for the last time. I really want to say that it has enough clear coat that we can use, and it should be fine the way it is. I put 3 coats. I don't think I rubbed off all 3 coats. I'm pretty sure I rubbed off just the top coat. It should be fine to polish. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a polish and see what it does. What do you guys think? This was the bad one, the one that turned bad. This one I still haven't touched. Yeah, you could definitely tell that this one's been polished. Let's see what that one does after I polish it. I'm gonna get started on this one real quick. I'll show you guys once I'm done. All right, so I ended up wet sanding the orange peel one, and honestly, I can't tell which is which. I wet sanded the orange peel with 3000 grit, and it just left them like whichever one it is. I think it's this one. I really want to say it's this one. I'm gonna let them dry, and then I'm going to ceramic coat them, so then they have that little bit of protection on them. So I'm gonna ceramic coat them real quick. Once I ceramic coat them, they'll gloss even more, and if they have any other cracks, the ceramic coat will fill them in. So I'm gonna go get my ceramic coating stuff, ceramic coat these real quick, let them dry, we'll call it a day. Not 100% perfect, but that's actually really clean. I came in here to do a coat really quickly, and because I'm out of the wind, now that it's dry to the touch, I'm going to take it and go sit it in the E46 so it can bake, and I'll come back in about a couple of hours and it should be well dried enough to handle. Right now it's not too bad, it's dry to the touch, but I want them to bake so they are dry 100%, and they should be good for water later. Let's go ahead and test my headlights. I ceramic coated those. I think that they actually cured right this time, but I'm not sure, so let's check those real quick. They don't run off the way this should. I don't know, maybe they're dirty now? I don't know. The ceramic coating is cheap. It does make the headlights clean a little bit easier. I tried to clean them the other day, but they still hold water. Not like a good ceramic coating. I think I paid 20 bucks for this like 2 years ago, so the ceramic coating is probably bad either way. So yeah, I'm gonna let those bake for 2 hours. They're gonna sit in here. It's fairly warm in here, probably like 70 degrees in here. So they're gonna bake in here, and they're gonna dry. The clear coat should completely dry in like 6 hours, but being in here, they'll probably dry in 6 hours, even after I take them out, after the ceramic coating is taken care of. They turned out pretty good, a lot better than what we got them with. It took a little bit of extra work, but I wanted to go the extra mile and actually get them taken care of properly. If I would have just polished them, I would have had in the back of my mind that maybe I didn't clean them well. And when you sand the headlights, it actually gets all of the stuff off, and it actually starts getting into the plastic. That's why when you clear coat them, they shine really nicely, because it fills in the small grooves from the sanding in the plastic, and then it just glosses really nicely. And so yeah, a polish worked for my headlights on my Subaru, but I wouldn't have known that these are dirty inside if I would not have sanded them and then polished them after. But that's all I got for today's video, guys. If you guys liked the video, go down and hit that like button for me. If you guys try to do this process with me and you guys got lost and you have any questions, go down in the comment section and ask. I'm always active in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one.